Nice to have you here.
Great. Thank you very much, Angela, for having me. It's my great pleasure.
Yeah. So as the aging population continues to grow, what are the challenges we face?
I think the primary challenge is how do we provide the proper care that our older population needs? And that is anything from their physical health to their mental health. And one of the biggest challenges, how do we allow them to continue to remain in their own homes and communities for as long as they want? There's a lot of work happening right across Canada right now in terms of developing things such as smart home systems, looking at the role of artificial intelligence and sensors that can all collect information and help their caregivers and the older adults themselves to make the right decisions with respect to their own health and wellness. Furthermore, technology is also being used to help predict changes in people that are living in their own homes, so that we can put the right interventions in place sooner and quicker before an issue becomes a larger problem.
Okay. So what is Agewell Network doing to help developing technologies and the services for healthy aging?
Yeah, the Agewell Network, we're coast to coast to coast, so we're right across Canada in all aspects. And Agewell really provides the support and the backbone for all the researchers, the companies, the students, the older adults, and the caregivers themselves to work all together towards identifying what solutions are needed, developing these solutions, and then actually trying to get these technological advances out there in the marketplace and in the hands of the people that actually need them.
Okay, great. So could you elaborate? So what are the sectors involved in this network?
Yeah, there's a lot of different sectors and disciplines involved. At the last count, I think it was over 40 different disciplines and sectors that are involved in this area. And that includes academic institutions. So there's about 45 universities and research institutes involved. There's over 400 partners. These are from industry. These are startup companies, government agencies, not-for-profits. And then obviously the biggest factor are the older adults and the caregivers themselves. So we've had over 5,000 individuals involved in this research. And again, collectively, this entire group of over 1,000 people and companies and organizations are all working together to develop anything, again, from apps that people can use to smart home systems, and even a lot of research now on the role that robots will play in the homes of older people.
That sounds interesting. So you have regular meetings, education events, right? Can you tell us about that?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. That's a key aspect of the network, is educating the community, educating the population, whether you're an older adult or a caregiver or not, about what types of technologies are out there, what can be available, what kind of solutions can help you, and then how do you actually get these technologies in your own hands and into your homes. Beyond that, we're also educating the future leaders in this area. So we have a very large training program for students that are across all of our universities and also internationally, that are training the next generation of researchers, entrepreneurs, corporate leaders, politicians, policymakers, et cetera. You name it, we kind of have these individuals involved, and we're helping them to understand how they can help to really clear the way for these technologies to get out there.
Wow, sounds very informative. You also have seniors and the caregivers involved as well, right?
Yes, absolutely. They're one of the most critical pieces of this network, and every project that we support must have older adults and caregivers involved as equal partners and just not afterthoughts. And so that's a really important aspect of all the work that we support.
Okay, so it sounds very integrated very well from different sectors, right?
Absolutely. And that's really one of the big things that Agewell has done really, really well, has been bringing together these sectors, even companies and sectors that really had nothing to do with older adults to begin with. We made them think about it and how that's going to impact them as future customers, employees, et cetera. And they're also getting involved. So it's become a wonderful community that we've developed here in Canada.
So how many years have you run this group? like this
So,
conference?
so we've been in an organization since 2015. We've been running the conference every year, and Agewell truly is Canada's technology and aging network. As I mentioned before, we are coast to coast to coast. We have sites and researchers, in every single province and territory as well. So we are truly national. Internationally, we're also growing as well. We have partners right now in the UK. We're discussing partnerships in places like Israel and in other aspects of Southeast Asia as well. So Agewell truly is becoming an international network, and that's important because for a long time Canada has lagged behind the rest of the world when it comes to this area and looking at how to care for our seniors. And because of the work that Agewell is doing with all of our partners, Canada now is seen as a leader worldwide.
Wow. It makes big impact, not only in Canada, but in the whole internationally, right? In the whole world, right? So
absolutely. Yeah. This is, caring for our aging population is not a Canada problem. It's an international, it's a global challenge. And so in order to address a global challenge, we need to be global and international ourselves. And that's really what we're doing right now.
Wow, very impressive. So what is the future plan for Agewell Network?
So Agewell, so Agewell is going to continue to work on developing solutions. We, over the past, 10 years, we have developed a lot of great solutions in our academic partners in the research labs. And so we are now looking at moving those solutions out. We're supporting startup companies. We're supporting entrepreneurship. And we're doing a lot more policy work. So working with the federal governments, our provincial governments, our territorial governments around policy related to how technology can be used to support seniors across our entire country.
Wow. It sounds you have a lot of work to do.
The key message is, technology is out there and more is coming. However, it's not the silver bullet. It's not going to solve all the problems we have in terms of caring for our aging population, but it is one solution among many that need to be all used in conjunction in order to come up with the best solution for the individual. And the final message is what may work for one person may not work for the other. And so we really need to understand the needs of our older adults and their caregivers, and then implement the solutions accordingly.
So it's individualized, right? It's personalized.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So basically technology can help us, but it's still human to human. It's still very, human touch still.
Yeah. You can never replace that human to human contact. And the goal of a lot of this technology is to allow for more of that human to human contact, but not in a caregiver way, but in ways that people can enjoy, so instead of having to worry about the caregiving tasks, leave that to the technology and instead go and sit down and just have a chat with the person you're providing care to, or go out and do some kind of fun activity. And that's really the goal of technology, is to take care of those activities that we don't want to do and that may be difficult for us to do or embarrassing for us to do. That's where technology can play the largest role, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. So technology helps us, but it can never replace human touch, right?
Absolutely.
So would you tell us more about Agewell Network? What inspired you every day doing what you are doing? Like, tell us more about it.
Yeah, my inspiration comes from various sources. And my initial inspiration 25 years ago was a gentleman that I met who's an engineer like I am, and his wife had dementia, and he told me about all the difficulties he had taking care of her and how hopefully technology can play a role. My ongoing inspiration obviously is me being a caregiver now to my parents who are in their 80s and looking at how technology can help me as a caregiver. And my final inspiration is, I'm also living with a disability myself. I have an incomplete spinal cord injury, and so I'm aging with a disability. And so obviously, what do I want for my future self as well? And so it's a combination of all these personal stories and other things that you hear that really continue to inspire me to work in this area.
Wow. Yeah, now I got it. It's so different when you're from a personal touch, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It's completely personal. Yeah. Yeah. I hear stories from our network all the time in terms of experiences that people have. For example, we have an individual, a gentleman who has dementia himself, and he is an active part of our network, and he sits on committees with us that helps to determine which projects to fund, and the insights you gain just from the personal stories that he shares about getting lost while going for a walk in the neighborhood, or getting lost in the airport while traveling, and how technology can play a role there. These stories that we continue to inspire us. The stories that I hear from our students who come into this area because they have a personal experience of being a caregiver for maybe their parent or someone else in their family, and how they see the difficulties and the challenges that these individuals that they provide care to have, and this is why they're inspired to get into this area and to help develop these technologies or get these technologies out there. And then, as I shared, my own personal story is becoming a caregiver for my parents. And, in fact, I have technologies in their house that have been developed in the Agewell network and by people in the Agewell network. And in order to help me to, provide care to them, but also obviously, provide care to my young children and to be able to come to work and to run the network, right? So, everyone who comes to me, whether a student, a company, or another researcher, all have this kind of personal connection to this area and to helping to serve and to provide the best care possible to older people. And so it's this personal connection really that keeps us moving forward. Call to action is to support this and to support the work that we're doing, to educate yourselves around the role that technology can play in your lives, and really to become active in the Agewell network. So you can go to the Agewell website. You can just Google Agewell and you'll find us. There's a button there to join the community, to become involved. Come to our conference, meet the researchers, meet the students, tell your stories to the students, because they're always looking for new individuals to work with and to inspire them, and really just become active in this area and become active in your own care and in your own wellness.
Yeah, I totally agree. So my dad passed away 2 years ago because of dementia. So I thought if I knew Agewell earlier, I would have more knowledgeable, and I'll be, I know more things available for him, so I can, he can have a better life and longer life. So I encourage everyone participate in Agewell network. That will make our future better, right? With either for our family and for ourselves, because everybody is going to get old, right? We're all aging. We want to be healthy, right?
Yeah. No, exactly. So.
So you have website and you have conference. So if people want to get to know you more, and just check the website, attend the education event, right?
Absolutely. I really look forward to seeing as many of your viewers as possible at our upcoming conference and the Innovation Week. Technology is here. This is not science fiction. This is not something that's going to happen 10 years down the road. Technologies are currently available that seniors can go and seek out, or caregivers or families can go and buy, at your local stores and install in your homes. And the Agewell network and the people behind it are here to support this, population as much as we can moving forward. I'm really excited at the prospect of robots. Robots have come down in price, from, hundreds of thousands of dollars to tens of thousands to thousands, and some are now hundreds of dollars only. So, as we continue to build this field, as we continue to bring more partners and more companies involved, as we continue to develop more technologies, the prices of these things will come down and become far more accessible to individuals as we continue to grow the field.
Well, in closing, thank you, Dr. Mihailidis, for gracing our show today.